Hi, boys and girls. I hope that you all had a great weekend, a nice long weekend. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020. And today I'm going to be reading Bartholomew and the Oobleck. I'm going to only be reading about half the book, and I'm going to read the other half tomorrow. And then I'm going to make Oobleck. All right, so first we're going to start off with our new sight words for the week. Ready? On. O-N is on. Not to be confused with no, which is N-O. O-N, on. Put your hands on the table. Put the book on the table. Okay, next. Make. M-A-K-E. Make. That silent E helps the vowel say its name. Make. Will you make me a cake? Will. Will you come with me? Will. W-I-L-L. Will. Buy. Buy. I walked by the counter. Buy. Not this kind of buy. Okay? Bye-bye. Not that buy. That buy would have an E at the end. Not that one. I walked by something. Okay? And also there's another buy. If you buy something at the store, that's B-U-Y. We're going to focus on this buy. B-Y, buy. Okay? Little tricky since there's two others. All right, awesome. Let's put those aside. We're going to work on those for the rest of the week. I'm going to put them in sentences next week as review. Our poem this week is about friendship because we're nearing the end of the year, and I really want you to remember all the friends that you made this year. Even though we're not seeing our friends the way that we would like to, I really want you to remember all the nice friends that you made, the friendships that you made that hopefully will last your entire lifetime. So I found this poem. This is usually a poem that we do at the end, the very, very end of the year as part of our celebration, but I'd like to have all of you work on it, okay? I think you're going to like it. My friend is nice. We like to play. We play together every day. We laugh and cry and laugh again because you see we're friends, friends, friends. All right, one more time. My friend is nice. We like to play. We play together every day. We laugh and cry and laugh again because you see we're friends, friends, friends. So this is the poem that I want you to read every day this week, okay? You're going to read it to a family member. You're going to read it underneath the covers with the flashlight. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to read the poem. All right, practice, practice, practice. Okay, next, I have a little warm-up before the story. I have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the floor, okay? So everyone stand up. I know you don't have it on your floor. That's okay. All right, I'm going to start with 1. Okay, ready? And this is all clapping. So I'm going to clap as many times. So you're going to clap 1 time. Ready? 1. Then you're going to jump. 1, 2. Then you're going to jump again. 1, 2, 3. Jump again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do it again. Big jump to the left. Okay, or your right. Ready? 1 big jump. Woo! 1 clap. Jump to 2. 1, 2. Jump. 3. 1, 2, 3. Jump again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump again and clap 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last time. 1 big jump. Ready? Jump. Clap once. Jump. Clap twice. Jump. Clap 3 times. Jump. Clap 4 times. Jump again. Clap 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. All right. Going to listen to part of the story because it's a long story. Then we're going to make that Oobleck and make some nice observations. All right, Bartholomew and the Oobleck by Dr. Seuss. Written and illustrated by Dr. Seuss. So he did both. They still talk about it in the kingdom of Did as the year of the king got angry with the sky. And they still talk about the page boy Bartholomew Cubbins. If it hadn't been for Bartholomew Cubbins, that king and that sky would have wrecked that little kingdom. I wonder what they're talking about. The sky would have wrecked the kingdom. Bartholomew had seen the king get angry many, many times before, but that year when His Majesty started growling at the sky, Bartholomew Cubbins just didn't know what to make of it. Yet, all that year, the old king didn't. All year long, he stared up above in the air above his kingdom, muttering and sputtering through his royal whiskers. The things that come down from my sky. All spring when the rain came down, he growled at that. All summer when the sunshine came down, he growled at that. Well, he seems kind of miserable. All autumn when the fog came down, he growled at that. And that winter when the snow came down, he started shouting, this snow, this fog, this sunshine, this rain, bah! These 4 things that come down from my sky. But King Derwin Bartholomew tried to calm him. You've always had these same 4 things come down. That's just the trouble, bellowed the king. Every year, the same 4 things. I'm mighty tired of those old things. I want something new to come down. Something new come down? Bartholomew gasped. That's impossible, Your Majesty. You just can't have it. Boy, don't you dare tell me what I can or cannot have. Remember, Bartholomew, I am a king. I know, sir, said Bartholomew. I know, sire, said Bartholomew. You rule all the land, and you rule all the people. But even kings can't rule the sky. Ooh. What do you think he wants to come down from the sky? Can't, eh? His Majesty flew into a terrible rage. And he was really, really upset. Well, maybe other kings can't do it, but maybe I'm one king who can. You mark my words, Bartholomew Cubbins, I will have something new come down. But how to get something new to come down? That was rather hard to think up, and for many days the old king stomped around trying to figure out some way to do it. Then finally, late one night, when all the lords and ladies of the palace were fast asleep, just as the king was buttoning his royal nightshirt, he suddenly stopped still. A strange, wild light began to shine in his gray-green eyes. Why, of course, he began laughing. They can do it for me, Bartholomew Cubbins. Blow my secret whistle. Quick, call my royal magicians. Your magicians, Your Majesty? Bartholomew shivered. Oh, no, Your Majesty, don't call them. You hold your tongue, Bartholomew Cubbins. You do as I command you. Blow my secret whistle. Yes, sire, Bartholomew bowed, so he's following orders. But Your Majesty, I still think that you may be very sorry. Uh-oh. I wonder what this is all about. Ooh. They look pretty surprised. He took the king's secret whistle from his secret hook. He blew a long, low blast down the king's back secret stairway, and a moment later he heard them coming. Up from their musty hole beneath the dungeon, up the empty midnight tunnel to the royal bedchamber tower, came the magicians on their padded, shuffling feet. Up and right into the room they came chanting, shuffle, duffle, muzzle, muff, fisto, wista, Mr. Cuff. We are men of groans and howls, mystic men who eat boiled owls. Tell us what you wish, O king, our magic can do anything. I wish, spoke the king, to have you make something fall from my skies that no other kingdom has ever had before. What can you do? What will you make? Oh boy. For a moment they stood thinking, blinking their creaky eyes. Then they spoke a word, one word, Oobleck. Oobleck, asked the king. What will it look like? Won't it look like rain? Won't it look like snow? Won't look like fog? That's all we know. We just can't tell you any more. We've never made Oobleck before. They bowed. They started toward the door. We go now to our secret cave on Mystic Mountain, Nicotave. There, all night long, we'll work for you, and you'll have Oobleck when we're through. They'll do something crazy, whispered Bartholomew. Call them back, your majesty. Stop them, stop them. Not for a ton of diamonds, chuckled the king. Why, I'll be the mightiest man that ever lived. Just think of it. Tomorrow I'm going to have Oobleck. It took Bartholomew a long time to get the excited king to sleep that night. But there was no sleep for Bartholomew, the page boy. All night long he stood in the king's window, staring out at the mystic mountain Necatave. Somewhere up there, Bartholomew knew the magicians were working their terrible magic. Ooh, look what's in the pot. It's a hint of something green. All right, last page I'm going to read for today. All night the magicians did. All night they walked circles round their magic fire, making magic mumbling with their clucking tongues like this. Oh, snow and rain are not enough. Oh, we must make some brand new stuff. So feed the fire with wet mouse hair, burn an onion, burn a chair, burn a whisker from your chin, and burn a long, sour lizard skin. Burn yellow twigs and burn red rust, and burn a stocking full of dust. Make magic smoke green, thick and hot. It sure smells dreadful, does it not? That means the smoke is now just right, so quick before the day gets light. Go, magic smoke, go high, go rise into the kingdom sky. Go make the Oobleck tumble down on every street in every town. Go make the wondrous Oobleck fall. Oh, bring down Oobleck on us all. All right, we're gonna go make it. I can't wait to make it. I've never made it before. So I'm gonna put a sticky. I'm just gonna show you the next page. Look at the green dots. Can you see? Falling from the sky. The Oobleck is falling. Oh my goodness. Stay tuned for tomorrow for the rest of the story. All right. So I'm going to bring my Oobleck, which is a powder right now. I'm going to talk about that, to my kitchen table. And at my kitchen table, I have scissors to cut it open. I have, oops, I forgot one thing. My senses worksheet, when I get that. Alrighty, if you have your senses worksheet, you can get that today. Looks like this from last week. We're going to be using it this week as well. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can just write it down on a piece of paper, or you can just listen to me. It's completely up to you. So I want to make sure that I have my senses worksheet. Then I have an eraser. I have my dry erase marker. I have my Oobleck. All right. Oobleck is a special mixture of powders created to replicate real quicksand. The texture will blow your mind. That means what it feels like. Simply adding water turns the powder into a liquid goo that can be a liquid or a solid. Oh my goodness. So we're going to observe that. All right, so I have my water ready. It required 1.5 cups of water. Check this out. There's all different colors I could have bought, but I wanted it to match the story. So I bought the green one. All right, so let's get it all down. Now I'm gonna cut top of the bag. Definitely, let's move this over a little bit. Boop. Boop, it's a little far away. Definitely a powder. See inside there? Powder. So I'm gonna pour it in my bowl. Whoop. So what I see is a green powder. So at the top, I wrote Oobleck, because that's what we're making. And as we're doing it, I'm just gonna record some of my observations. So I'm noticing I see, at first, I see green powder. So you can really make observations before, during, and after you conduct an experiment. So I'm gonna do it right before right now for some of it. So the green powder is what I see. So I'm gonna have my bowl, and then I wanna get a green marker because I'm gonna make my picture match my words, just like we do at school. So I have my green. So I'm just gonna kind of color in the bowl there like that. So I have the bowl, and then I have that green powder. All right, now it says to add 1.5 cups of water. So 1.5 cups. So I measured it before. I'm gonna try to stop moving. It's right at 1.5 cups. And I'm gonna pour it in. And then this is, woof, the messy part. I get to use my hands. So I think my hands are gonna be really, really messy, so I should probably do some writing beforehand. So I don't hear anything. I'm certainly not going to taste it. It doesn't have an odor, but for the feel, which is my last one on here, ooh, I need to touch it. Okay, so I'm gonna do it. Ooh. Ooh, it's definitely cold because of the water. Ooh. Wet. Sticky. Wet. Ooh, let's see. All right, so I want to get the powder incorporated with the mixture with the water, because I'm noticing that it is changing to a solid. So the powder, as I incorporate it, I'm gonna stand up to do this. Oh my goodness, this is so neat. I've never made this before. This is so neat because it's hardening. As I touch it, the consistency of it is changing. So it definitely was a liquid at first, but now, oh my goodness, look at this. Changing to a solid. Wow, that is so neat. Look at that. Ooh, and super duper messy. Ooh, so fun. So it's cold, it's wet. It's definitely changing. Look at that. So I feel like the heat from my hands and my body temperature, as I keep touching it, I'm able to keep it as a solid. But went on my computer. But as I stop providing the heat to it from my hands, it goes back to a liquid state. Wow, that's pretty neat. Oobleck. So I wonder if in our story, if the king and his magicians are going to order this. It looked like it was coming from the sky. I wonder what will come of that. Seems like a big mess would come of that if this actually fell from the sky. It would make a huge mess. But the book is, of course, make-believe. But look at this. Look at it dripping off my fingers. So it completely changes consistency. It goes from liquid to solid. Wow. That is really, really neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get it off my fingers. Well, I'll probably wash my hands at the end. That's okay. So under what it feels like, it feels cold. Felt cold at first, but as my body temperature warms it up, I'm definitely noticing that as I apply pressure to it and squeeze it really, really tight, it does harden, but then look at that. If I stop moving my hands, then it just kind of liquefies and drips off. That is so neat. I know many of you have made oobleck before. This was my first time and I really liked it. All right, so I am super messy, so I am going to sign off for now, and I hope you liked watching me make oobleck, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, boys and girls. I don't want to touch my screen. Oh no.